All right, we're here to bring you the Mykhailo Mudryk Smith Rowe transfer proposal that has seen one of the Arsenal legends, as I watched with my naked eyes, David Seaman, obviously lose his nerves over this. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show. Hope you guys are really enjoying your Wednesday. It's the 31st. It's the 30th of August here onto the Rokani Media Football. And we are into this Arsenal News Show. We thank God for the gift of life. You know, we are here because of God. And I know He's the one that has the plan for us. To the Muslim viewers and subscribers, obviously Allah is the answer to all your problems. And you've gone ahead to obviously wake up alive because of the presence of Allah in your life. Now, let's see close to 500 likes much in this video because this is a hot topic that most of you need to know about, as this is one of the proposals that Chelsea are really hitting on. And continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. We are left with 2 days to hit the end of this month. So guys, endeavor to subscribe as we hit 17,000 subscribers. Now, we are talking Rowe Holding, the Premier League club that is interested in him was going to have to be revealed, and more inquiries coming in from a team from Spain. Fabrizio Romano laying the ground for that. And lastly, we are going to talk about, here we go, that Fabrizio announced yesterday night of Nuno Tavares from Arsenal to Nottingham Forest. More details are going to hit to emerge on that story. That is why we're here to obviously take you to where you guys deserve to be. And you only deserve to be where the latest news and information is. Not so? So, let's kickstart it off with David Seaman. For those that don't know David Seaman, he was the Arsenal goalkeeper for some good years. And when he left, there came in Jens Lehmann, and Jens Lehmann came in through to obviously be a replacement for this guy, and he was an Arsenal legend. He won the Premier League for Arsenal, I think the FA Cup, and very many other trophies for Arsenal, but he was in the evening of his career that he never obviously surpassed the season of 2023-2024 at Arsenal, but he's really a very good guy. He runs a podcast known as the Seaman Podcast, and this is what he had to say about this proposed deal of Emile Smith Rowe to Chelsea and Mykhailo Mudryk to Arsenal. Now, if you don't know about this, let me bring you up to speed because I broke the story yesterday night that Chelsea have gone ahead to obviously inquire on the availability of Emile Smith Rowe. They've gone ahead to talk to Arsenal on their choice of signing Emile Smith Rowe, and some of the players we're going to have to put in the queue to do what we call a swap deal is Mykhailo Mudryk, but the first attempt was failed and Arsenal said no to it. It was turned down by Arsenal. It has gone ahead to raise more momentum, and one of the people that have gone ahead to obviously find themselves into the mix of really talking about this is David Seaman on the recent rumors of Emile Smith Rowe leaving Arsenal. He said that would hurt for me because him and Bukayo Saka, they are one of our own and all of that sort of stuff. And that's why for me, even when Mason Mount went to Manchester United, I felt like that was like, wow, that's a big part of your team. That's gone. And I think that would be the same for him at Arsenal. I would be very surprised if he went to Chelsea. Really surprised. I don't want it to happen if I'm honest. Now, I think for that, the deal of Mason Mount to me, if at all I'm a Chelsea fan, it hurts a little bit because he never went to my rival, you know. But for Emile Smith Rowe, a born and bred Hell End Academy graduate, to cross to Chelsea, that would be the most disheartening theory altogether. That is it. That is it. Ask yourself why Mason Mount said no to Arsenal and went to Manchester United. Because of that, he knew that he is a player who has been at Chelsea from the age of 8 until 24 years of age. It would hurt Chelsea fans a lot and break his relationship with Chelsea if at all he chose to go for their nemesis, that is Arsenal. So, Emile Smith Rowe I think, would also not allow this deal to happen because he believes that would be the biggest Judas Iscariot action to be done to the side of Arsenal. That's going to hate to see him obviously grow from the academy, passed through all the ranks, and then made it to the starting 11 of Arsenal. And Arsenal giving him a shirt number 10 was really a very huge message to him that we have a huge trust in you, that you can take this team and elevate us to the next level. That is it, coming in from Emery Smith-Rowe. So, sorry, Seaman. But as I've always told you, that never say never when it comes to this transfer window. Never say never, because anything can happen. Anything can happen. If Arsenal can find interest in Mykhailo Mudryk and feel like Emery Smith-Rowe is not going to get enough playing time, the deal can happen. And if at all, Pochettino and Tony Boyle sit down the entourage of Emery Smith-Rowe and convince them that we are going to give you enough playing time. You are going to start. Into that central attack midfield position behind Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. Trust me, it can trigger the mind of Emery Smith-Rowe maybe to have a second thought about it, that however much these two clubs are in London, they are rivals. I'm not the first person to cross from Arsenal to Chelsea, because actually went ahead and did it. You know, Arsenal has been buying players from Chelsea and vice versa. So why should I not obviously go on and do this business? So it all goes back to what the player is thinking. To me, all of us have no say in this, apart from the player and what he's thinking. As I told you yesterday, it's in the hands of Emery Smith-Rowe. He's the one responsible to call in for this action to obviously prosper. If he pushes for it, I think Arsenal would like to see Mykhailo Mudryk come to their side and Emery Smith-Rowe cross to the other side. That is also possible. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But it's really a very tempting move for both teams, because Arsenal are not going to use Emery Smith-Rowe. They're not going to utilize him hugely, right? They're not going to utilize him hugely. So I anticipate that this is going to obviously come to where we want it to be, and you can obviously understand exactly what the narrative is going to be. It's in the hands of Emery Smith-Rowe, because for Mykhailo Mudryk, we all know that for Mykhailo Mudryk, he has always been a player who has gone ahead to admire to play for Arsenal. We saw it before the deal was sabotaged by the Chelsea hijack, and it's no doubt that for him it will be easy for him to cross from the other side of London, or the main side of London, to the north side of London. That is where Arsenal is. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But for the legendary goalkeeper of Arsenal, David Seaman, he doesn't want to see Emery Smith-Rowe leave. But he's not getting enough playing time at the club of Arsenal, and we wait and see how this pans out. It's really hot in here, and I know very many Arsenal fans might not be willing to obviously see this. But I've seen some of you in the comment section giving it green light and obviously saying, Rokani, I would sanction that swap as soon as possible. I would give it green light, you know. So we wait and see how that's going to pan out, but that is what it is right about now. So yesterday, Fabrizio Romano had something to sound to all the Arsenal fans all over the world about this signing that Arsenal signed from Benfica for £7 million. And he said, Nuno Tavares, Nottingham Forest, here we go. Deal agreed with Arsenal on loan until June 2024. Understand loan fee will be a bit higher than £1 million plus £12 million by option. Medical tests being completed today. New left back for Chelsea, plus a Muriel deal done since Friday. So Nuno Tavares, young player, talented, but discipline has gone ahead to cost his career a lot. The way we see things now is obviously out of our hands, and Tavares has found himself in a situation of ruining his own career, according to me. Because if things go on as they're going on right now, Tavares is going to obviously get what we call a second chance in the Premier League. We all know that he was loaned to Marseille on a long season loan, performed very well, but because of his bad habits and behaviors, they couldn't retain him. The same reason that Mikel Arteta gave to obviously throw him to a long season loan to Marseille was he lacks discipline. That is Nuno Tavares. So, as it is, I think he has been given a chance to revive his career in the Premier League. I think he's going to obviously do the needful. He's a very good player that he only needs to obviously concentrate and really know that he doesn't need to do the wahala that has been causing to himself in his career. He needs to realize that he's young. I think he's now 22, 23 years of age, and a lot of future is ahead of him. But for Arsenal, this clause of him to be bought by Nottingham Forest is really huge. £12 million, £1 million loan fee, meaning that Arsenal is going to make a profit of £5 million from the amount of money they bought him from Benfica. That is a very, very huge profit for Arsenal, and it shows you how Arsenal is going to hate to be doing its businesses. You know, Matt Turner, they had a profit of like £3 million. They sold him to Nottingham Forest. And remember, when I told you that they're going to hate to revive their interest in this guy, I knew this was going to come to pass because of the relationship between Arsenal and Nottingham. That's going to hate to be established in this transfer window. So, we wait and see how that pans out. But Tavares is going to be a player. And his medical was underwent yesterday night. 100% believe he went ahead to pass it, and he comes to throw in what the manager of Nottingham Forest is calling in for him to obviously show up every game and do the needful. But he faces some stiff competition from the left back of Nottingham Forest, and I think that will obviously see him coming through every time as a player that is fighting to obviously prove to the manager that you are going to sign me from this side. When you look at the game they played against Manchester United, right? Let it load. Nottingham Forest. They had is it McKenna? The guy is called Oina. Yeah, he plays a left back. But one thing I've gone to know about the manager, is it Steve Cooper of Nottingham Forest, is simple. That guy likes physical players. Tall, huge, and obviously tenacious. That ticks all the boxes. Of Tavares at Nottingham Forest, because he's the right kind of player that they've always gone ahead to like and love, and he comes in through to do the needful for that club. Now, lastly, let's discuss about Rob Holding, having been told that 2 Spanish teams are interested in him, and he will come in peace. Obviously, let you know that Fabrizio Romano is confirming with us that he understands Mallorca have asked for the conditions of Rob Holding deal today. Negotiations are ongoing. Possible solutions in the Premier League remain after Luton Town call on Monday. Mallorca trying to find a way now. So, if you're Arsenal, this is good news that close to 2-3 teams are really fighting for a player that you are not even having in your plans. That is Rob Holding. So, Rob Holding will either go to Mallorca or go to Luton Town. So, if you're Rob Holding, what do you choose? Do you go to Spain or do you stay in England? So, that is Rob Holding for you. And we anticipate that maybe he'll choose to go to Spain and do some good adventure that side. So guys, your thoughts on to Mudryk, Emily Smith-Rowe transfer proposal, rubbished, all really causing lots of divisions in between Arsenal legends. Are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Nuno Tavares to Nottingham Forest? Here we go. loan with a mandatory option to buy of £12 million. Do you think he was going ahead to make a right move? And do you think it was right for Arsenal to sell him now, whether we're going ahead to loan him and we waited and got in more money, as I really suggested earlier before? And what do you make about Rowe Holding? Where do you think he's going to go? Is he going to go to Spain in La Liga, or is he going to be playing for Luton Town in the Premier League? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum. See you when you see me. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Ciao, ciao.